coming to this block diagram, we had enough discussion towards the block diagram, and we were talking about the architecture, its versions, 20-line data bus, 20-line address bus, 16-line data bus, 1 megabyte of memory. Then we talked about the circuitry towards the block diagram of 8086. We mentioned that there are two events. One we call it as bus interface unit, another one was the execution unit. Then we talked about the 6-byte instruction queue, that is 3 instruction queue. To calculate the effective address, we are using the instruction pointer. We discussed it. Then we discussed about the segment registers. Thereby we talked about the pointer locations and index locations, the flag register, the instruction queue, pipelining. We have enough discussions earlier in the previous classes. Similarly, the general purpose registers like accumulator, base register, count register, and data register also we discussed. And the stack pointer and base pointer, source index and destination index, these are also discussed earlier. And segment register organization, we have to discuss it for today. And now coming to the organization of, we are calling it as memory organization in 8086. This was the key item. So we are highlighting our discussion and confining our discussions to this scope right now. So as mentioned, we have 2 power 20. This is equals to 1 megabyte of memory. Then we called it as 2 power 16. We call it as 64 KB of memory. So the main memory was of 5Fs to 5 zeros, whereas code segment, data segment, stack segment, extra segment, they are 4Fs to 4 zeros. 4Fs in sense 16 and 20. Now, we already mentioned that if there is a code segment, then the starting address, it is called by the CSR, that is, we call it as code segment register, and this register, it is going to be of 16-bit. So 16-bit code segment register is going to be hold, and which it is going to point to the starting address of the code segment. And what was the segment size means? The segment size, we are mentioning it as 64 KB. So huge memory, this is what we call here as a huge memory. In this huge memory, we have a small partition, a small chunk, and that chunk as small partition we are going to call as segment. So this gives a more clear understanding that we have segment registers, code segment, data segment, stack segment, and extra segment, and each of them, they are going to occupy 64 KB 64 KB, 64 KB, and every segment size is going to be 64 KB, and the entire memory it is occupying 1 megabyte. Second one, code segment, it will hold code. Data segment, it will hold data. Stack segment, it maintain the stack with the SP, top of the stack, push and pop. So we have an extra segment which it is going to hold pointers and indexes, which it is going to hold pointers and indexes. So up to here, it is a clear-cut understanding. So the segment registers specifically tell that they are going to hold only 16-bit, but whereas physical addresses, they are going to hold 20-bit. Now the choice is coming to the scenario. Now we are introducing the problem here. The segment is going to be hold 16-bit, whereas the physical address is going to be hold 20-bit. Now, how should we solve this issue? The issue is 16 has to be converted to 20 or vice versa. 16-bit has to be converted to 20 bits or 20 bits has to be tied up with the 16-bit. So this scenario, this problem is going to arise. So now who is going to solve the issue? So let us put one small diagram here which will give you understanding. Assume register starts at 100, segment starts at 100, and segment is going to end at 750. Segment is going to start at 100 and segment is going to end at 750. Now let's say I want to move to 450 location. Let us say I want to move to 450 location. So 450th location, I am going to call it as target address. Then I have base register that is going to hold the starting address of the program. We have a base register which we are going to call it as a starting address of the program. So the base register was 100. Now the question is how much value we need to add to get 450. So my answer is 450. Starting address is 100 and now this location is empty, but now my CPU has to move from 100 to 400. So how much jump it has to do? It has to do a jump of 350 locations. How did I know it? I know it because 450 minus 100 is equals to 350. I am at 100 position and the data to be needed by me is at 450th position. Now how far is the data from me means target is constant, starting is constant, target is constant, starting is constant, and only there is a variation at 350. We call this concept as offset. We call this one as offset or displacement. or we are going to compute the effective address. We are going to compute the effective address. I want to move to 450 location. I am at 100 location. So how far am I from that? Very simple. 100, 450 minus 100, we get 350. So you are 350 locations far from it. Who is going to tell? Offset is going to tell. What are the other forms of offset? They are displacement, etc. Now, 100 I am going to call it as base register. 350 I am going to call it as an effective address or an offset or a displacement, and that is also of 16-bit register. So 16-bit register plus 16-bit register I need to add, and thereby I need to get my target data. So how do I get the target data, or how much is it? It is of 20-bit. How do I know it is 20-bit? Because the physical address is mentioned as 20. So 2 power 20. Then how do you know it is 16? How do you know it is 16? The definition was that the segment registers always holds the starting address of the location. So starting address is 100, and if I am going to work with segment, definitely it is going to be 16-bit. The reason we illustrated here. The reason we have illustrated here. So 5 Fs are going to be considered for memory. 5 zeros are going to be considered for memory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. This one 0, 0, 0, 0. Third one, fourth one, and fifth one. So holistically we will be getting 20-bit. So that is the reason why we are assigning the physical address is going to be 20-bit. Then what is segment address? It is 64 KB. That means I will get only maximum of FFFF. What is F? 1111. Another 1111. Another 1111. And 111. So these elements, they are 16-bit segment address. So we need to add a 16-bit segment address because I am at this position. I want to move to some other position at this position. So from the starting position to the end, I need some space. I need some distance. So that distance, it is going to be particularly measured with the another 16-bit register. So we calculate 20 and 16. So obviously we won't get 236-bit register, but it will be only a 20-bit register. So this is the discussion what we have made in our earlier point. So now the formula as of now we were creating it is, we are going to get the effective address. How we are going to get means, we get the segment starting plus instruction pointer. It is 16-bit, another is 16-bit. So the instruction pointer, it is going to point out to the current location, and the program counter, it is going to point out to the next location in general. And these items can be automatically incremented or can be decremented. That means PC is equals to PC plus 1 is an open term which was accepted globally, and in this way the registers can be automatically incremented or automatically decremented. So this was the scenario. Next thing was we need two components, the starting address of a segment and the instruction pointer. So segment starting address is 16-bit, we need to go to the position, we need an instruction pointer. So we are generating an effective address which is of base segment register and the 16-bit offset. So we are getting this value. The yesterday's discussion, I just want to recap. So we have the interrupt flag, the trap flag, the direction flag. So these three items, we call it as conditional flags. The overflow flag, the direction flag, the sign flag, the parity flag, auxiliary carry flag, parity flag, the carry flag. All these items, we are going to call it as control flags. So we had enough discussion on it. Trap flag, it is going to call it as software interrupt. Interrupt flag, we are going to call it as hardware interrupt. And third thing, it shows the direction towards the left hand, towards the right hand. So we call direction flag. So move to the left side, move to the right side. So where the data has to be pushed, so that is going to be brought with this direction flag. We have discussed all the 9 things of the control flags. So let us work with the extension of memory segments. So in general, memory is going to be partitioned into small parts, and a part we are going to call it as memory. Next thing was a piece of a memory. We are going to call it as segment here. A piece of a memory, we are going to call it as a segment. Then dividing or distributing the things into items, we are going to call this as a synchronization. Sorry, segmentation. Now coming to this memory segmentation, we mentioned that there are 20-bit address lines. There are 20-bit address lines, and that is the reason why it can access 2 power 20, which it is going to occupy 1 megabyte. 2 power 20, which it is going to occupy 1 megabyte. So we have already listed out in our block diagram, and even the clock diagram also we have highlighted that. So we had enough discussion on code segment, data segment, extra segment, and stack segment. So coming to the stack segment, these stack segments, they are going to hold the starting address. Second thing, they are going to hold the 16-bit in size. So we need to calculate the effective address. We need to calculate the effective address. How we are going to calculate the effective address means we are going to take the segment starting address, and then we are going to add it to the offset. Offset is of 16-bit. This is also of 16-bit. Holistically, we will be getting 20 bits. We will discuss with one example. Everything will be clarified. Yeah. Now, coming to this example, let the segment address is equals to 2222, 16-bit only. Let the effective address need to be calculated, and then let the instruction pointer is equals to 0016. It is also 16-bit only. Now, what was the mechanism or the thumb rule formula was 16-bit segment register plus 16-bit offset is equals to 20-bit effective address. Now, this rule has to be met. I am going to add two 16-bit numbers. When I am going to add two 16-bit numbers, not only addition, even the multiplication and other operations also. So, when we add two 16 bits, that should reflect to a maximum change of 20 bits. So, how is it possible? The possibility was, this is most important thing, inserting zeros, inserting zeros at the least significant bits, inserting zeros at the least significant bits and happening. So now 2, 2, 2, 2 followed by 0, then 2, 2, 2, 2, we get 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So totally it is of 16-bit. Totally it is going to be of 16-bit. Now I am going to add 4 bits more. Adding this 4-bit more, we are going to call it as hardwired. We are going to call this element as hardwired. So what is this hardwire means? The physical address, the segment address what we are going to consider will be shifted to its left hand side, will be shifted to its left hand side by 1 position, and thereby inserting 0 and 1 position, and thereby inserting 0 at that time. So that is where we are going to call the effective address example. They are going to find the shortest address of the segment, and then we do the addition. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 0. And another one was declaring 0016 and making an addition. Another one was declaring or making an addition of IP here. So what does this indicate means? It is going to indicate the value of 0016. So this will move to 22236. So in this way, we are going to add up the memory part. So what we have done, we have taken the starting address, data segment, starting address, we call it as DSR, which is of 16-bit. Then we added an offset which is of 16-bit. So we get the real memory address, or we get the real memory address or the main memory address. Very simple. So data segment starting address was 2222. Adding 0 at the left hand side, we call it as hardwired. So adding 0 at the left hand side, we are going to call it as hardwired. Then we will directly add the offset, that is 0016. So the answer is as this model. Two, 36. So it goes to the end of the segment and leaves that there is no other file, so it exits. So in this way, memory organization was organized. Now let us look for some more examples to give you understanding of what exactly this memory addresses is there and memory address is going to do. So as far as segment is going to be concerned, we are going to call it as piece of a memory. So we talked about these index registers and all. Now coming to this memory organization, we are going to have 20-bit address starting with 0, ending with 2 power 20 minus 1. So it can be extended to 5 hexadecimal, that is 5 zeros each digit, and fifth zero the last, and all ones it will be of FFF. So the partition here, what we are going to see, it is going to be of 63.53. Then we have a segment based register in it, which we are going to assume it as 16. Then we are going to have an offset, which it is going to be between 0000 to FFFF. Now, this is one more way of putting the things. Every segment will have the linear addresses, the memory addresses. To calculate these linear addresses, we are going to have segment base or segment home is equals to some segment architect or segment main virtual address, you can call. It is 16-bit address, register address plus 16-bit offset. So which is the component responsible to determine the physical memory address? So this was the choice. So which was the component which it is going to display the memory address means? It is, we need to understand with this diagram here. First of all, we are going to get an offset which is of 16-bit. 4 words are left alone, So 4 bits are left alone. We call it is towards a hardwired approach. So 4 bits of words are added. So how I can get these 4 bits of words? I can get this with the Adobe Word, and finally we get the physical address, which it is going to be of 16-bit. So our day-to-day life applications, etc., they are of 64 bits. So there is no need of troubleshooting or CPU down, etc. It works. So if such is the case, now microprocessor feels happy. The reason was even the program was executed, it needs to update to the CPU and it needs to update. So these are the 16 bits here. Four-bit. I will erase and write. So these 4 bits are there. Similarly, another 4 bits. Next 4 bits. And next 4 bits. 4 bits, 4 bits, 4 bits, and 4 bits. Now, the same thing happens for the segment also. 4 bits, 4 bits, 4 bits, and 4 bits. And this part, 4 bits, added automatically to shift the address towards left. We call it this concept as hardware. We call this concept as hardware. So what happens was the low order bits will be kept constant because we are going to add it with the zeros. So it is kept constant and it moved to the segment and offset, and holistically we are going to get this 20-bit. So segment of address is 14-bit. Segment address, starting address is of 16-bit. And both we are going to add. Now we are going to generate the 20-bit address. So one more example. You can see here A4 FB0, and it is added with 2, 7, 8, and 4. How can I make an addition? O plus 2 is 2, B value is 11. A is 10, B is 11. So B value, we defined it as 11 here. So 11 plus 7 is equals to 18, right? 11 plus 7 is equals to 18. So 7 is this much, B is equals to 11. Now, what is hexadecimal number system means? it is going to have between 0 to 16 digits. So I'm going to
0 to 15, sir.
0 to 15, total 16 bits. So what happens to this was, I have to subtract 16, I have to create a unit. I have to create a unit of 16 bit to 1. So because b plus 7 is there, so b value was 11, 7 value is 7, then we are going to have 18. But 18 is not there in hexadecimal system. How can I write means? I can write it as 1, 2. I can write it as 1, 2. So 1 it is indicates 0 to 15, total 16 digits. And this 2 we are going to mention the same. So that's the reason why 2 is written here. 1 unit is promoted towards the left side. Next one, I have 1, I have F, I have 8. So F value, so I get A, B, C, D, E, and F. Yeah, it is 15. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 1 plus 15 plus 8. So
24.
24. So in 24, how many 16s are there? We are going to get only 160.
Plus 8.
So we are getting only 116. So obviously we will take 1, and remaining 8 we are going to write at this and send to this position. Send to this position. So 4 plus 4 is 8, and this 1 we have written here. So this is 9. So we get this value. So A9822. So this is how we are computing physical addresses, 20-bit physical addresses with the offset, that is displacement, and the starting addresses of the segment. So again, these are all the holistic examples for you to understand how to calculate the physical address. So we will start with the very first one. So data segment starting address is 7, 4, sorry. Data segment starting address is 7FA2. H stands for hexadecimal. Now I am applying the technique called as hardware. I am applying the technique called as hardware. Now this is 4-bit, 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 4-bit. So total it is of 16-bit. Now I need to give hardware. So when I am going to give hardware, the least significant bits will be added with 0, which it will be shifted towards the left hand side. So 7FA2 will come. Then what is segment address? Segment offset address is, we are going to have 438EH. So this will be added as it is 438E. This will be added as it is. So we are going to have E. So 8 plus 2, 10. 10 means A. A is 10. 10 plus 3, 13. So I write here A, B, C, D, E and F. A value is 10, B value 11, C value 12, D value 13, E value 14, F value is 15. So 8 plus 2 is 10. So we get this A value. A plus 3. So 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 is nothing but here we are going to put the D. F plus 4. So F plus 4 is, F is 15, and to this 15 we are going to add 4. So obviously it is 19, but 19 is not there in hexadecimal number system. So what we have to do is, we have to subtract one position. So it is 1, followed by 3. So we will be writing here 3 and this will be sent as a carry to the next position. Then 7 plus 1, 8. So in this way, we are going to write the answer. So 7FA2O, it is going to be called as hardwired. We are going to shift it to the next position. So this is 20 bit, 16 bit. Then we will be getting this 20 bit answer. This is 16 bit. As we added the hardware, now it became a 20, and holistically we are going to get this one as a 20 bit answer. So the formula was, we have 16 bit segment address plus 16 bit offset address is equals to 20 bit physical address. So this is the thumb rule what we have to identify at each range. At each range, we need to identify. If we are working with low order bits, then we are going to add zeros here. So that is the another takeaway here. So this is low order bits. When we are going to work with high order bits, then we will be working with ones. So this key difference again we need to understand when we are working with the logical composition. Yeah. Again, let us see this description. We are going to have some code segment register. We are going to have code segment register, and this code segment register, it is going to start at 4000 H. It is starting at 4000 H. Yeah, this one we have to consider. Code segment is 0400, and this is 16 bit. 4 bit we are going to add. Adding, we are going to call it as hardware. So there is no other option. Then 0056 is going to be there. So this 0056, we are going to make a addition at this point. So we make a general addition. So we are going to get 04056. So segment register is 16 bit, offset is 16 bit. Then we are going to get a 20 bit register. So this was the class what I am highlighting for today. So entire thing will rotate for memory segment addresses only with these, the 16 bit addresses, the 16 bit segment of a physical address added to 16 bit offset, we are going to get a 20 bit physical address. So this thumb rule is going to be accepted, and we are going to make the computations. So again, one more example. Earlier we were calling it as code segment register. Now we are going to call here as a data segment register. So data segment register, starting address here, 0 adding, we call it as hardware. Then we add the effective address here. So 05C0 plus 05C00. Then we are going to have 0050. So we get the value as 05C50. So in this way we are going to compute. So first part we call it as a starting address of segment. The second one we are going to call here as effective address. Second one we are going to calculate effective address. So these will be the equivalent 16 bit addresses, and the right hand side will be equivalent 20 bit addresses. So this is how we are discussing about the segment registers. So this is the format of flag register. So in this we have discussed about the format of flag registers. The cross marks we call it as unused, and the flags we have already discussed. There are 3 control flags, 3 conditional flags. So conditional flags or status flags are same. There will be carry flag, parity flag, auxiliary carry flag, zero flag, sign flag, and direction flag. So these they are going to call it as status flags or conditional flags. The direction flag, interrupt flag, and trap flag, these items we are going to call them as a control flags. So we have already made enough discussion in the yesterday's class. So this is all regarding the memory segmentations and etc.